I am going to see if I could get this camera set up right. It's just, whoa, sorry about that. Okay, I want to get this so I can show people how I'm shearing this bunny. He's ready. He could get a little bit longer, but I want to make sure he has enough coat on before winter comes, because my bunnies are under shelter, but they're outside. And so I've never lost a bunny due to heat and cold, because I try to shear them at times when it's best suitable for the weather. They've always got cover over their heads, and oops, sorry, my tripod is a piece of Play-Doh. They've always got cover over their heads, so I have a light on my phone. I don't know what that means. But I try very careful to make sure I shear them at times that's best for the bunny, not for the fiber. I don't compete, so I'm not looking for extra length. What I do sometimes with this guy, he's got a fantastic coat as far as not matting. I could let him go a really long time, but like I said, I'm getting ready for winter to come. I'll pull out some of the guard hair. It's not real coarse, but obviously it's not as fine as the rest. This is he's a French English, and he gets the guard hair from, hey buddy, he gets the guard hair from the French part of him, but he's got a very dense undercoat. Let's see if I can. And he could be plucked, but I don't want to pluck him. They don't mind being plucked. It takes a long time. I'm getting arthritis in my hands, but mostly because I want to leave a little bit of coat on him for the winter time. And I really do believe that if you pluck your bunnies, the coat does get thinner over the years. And my bunnies have all lived really pretty long. Probably, up to the 14-year range. I've had a couple that I believe died of wool block, but it could have been something else. I don't do autopsies. That's what I'm doing right now. Is, if you could see, let's see if I could get a good shot. If you could, well, you could probably, okay, baby, okay. You could probably tell that here's the undercoat. Some of his guard hair fell out, and you could just see this nice soft undercoat, but the guard hair has more of a tan appearance to it. So I when I was walking from the cage, I did a little, and I don't know. It's most people spin with it in it because it's not really bothersome. I just figure if I can make it the softest possible, then I do. But really, the undercoat halos over the guard hair, so it's not really an issue. And this is next to skin soft guard hair, so it's not really a factor. Okay. Also, I like to shear, make sure that if he was not long enough to get a good coat off of him, I would definitely still shear around his ears, his eyes, because I don't want to take any chance of any eye infections due to the fur irritating his eyes, like a dog when they get an eyelash that turns in. Okay, I'm going to start, and really right now, I don't know how this bunny's going to do, so he may be calm and pleasant about it, or he may be mad because I took him away from a girl a few minutes ago. What I do is I cut off any little mats that might be around, some on his ears, just so when I start shearing, I have all really nice fiber to just drop in the basket. He's got cute little hat there. It's very cooperative. Bunnies, I handle my bunnies from the time they're born. And I don't handle them a lot. I don't groom them, which is not necessarily ideal at all. But it works okay for my bunnies, because the only place they really get mats are maybe around where their neck meets their back because there's agitation there from turning your head, and sometimes on the cheeks, and just a few places where really I don't use the fur much anyway. So I don't mind letting it go. Plus, during the winter time, I like to not disturb their fleece too much so that it'll be nice and dense and keep the cold air out. They really thrive. They really thrive in the climate here. We do get sub-zero temps, and I worry a little bit, but it's never. Well, I stopped worrying after a few years in because nothing ever happened. I think we just have enough shelter that it's okay. And what I do, which is probably gross to a lot of people, I take my less desirable wool from my sheep or my bunnies, like the mats I cut out and that, I put them in pillowcases that I just whipped together really quick from fabric that I thought was cute at one time, and then I stopped thinking it was cute, or whatever, just random pillowcase around. I fill my pillowcases full of fiber, and then I put them on top of the bunny cages, and that provides insulation. I think. It may be all in my head, but I think it provides insulation, and I never have problems. I'd like to know of other uses to do with my skirtings and whatnot from wool, because it always seems like a waste, because I grow really nice wool, but I have a lot of it, so I tend to just use the prime stuff, and the other stuff could easily be carded or combed and turned into excellent fiber. But anyways, haven't really gotten around to using it. Okay, here I go. Enough chatting. You're probably already bored with me. I got these Bravura clippers, which I absolutely adore. They're really quiet. The bunnies don't seem to mind them too much. I'm going to start where maybe you could see better. So I can turn my body because I can't turn the phone. What I do, I know my bunnies' bodies pretty well by now. So I'm just, it's same way I do my alpacas. I start at the top. There we go. Okay, see, I'm grab this fiber here, and I've got this basket right next to me. I'm just putting in the basket, and then I'll just spin from that basket. But let's see if we can go again. These clippers are, if anything happens to these clippers, I've bought a couple new heads because I figure I'll just keep a lot of heads and then have them all sharpened at the same time, because I live out in the country and the gas would be more than the blade sharpening. Okay, when I get some off, I am not one that worries about having my locks all laying in a nice row, because it's not the way I like to spin. And when I sell angora fiber, that has to be understood, because some people feel it should all be laying down in pristine little locks, and I don't like spinning that way. I get very little second cuts. Let me see if I can move so you don't see. Well, there's a bunch of second cuts right there. Because what I do is when I run the clippers, then I kind of pull the wool away. Right when I said that, I started getting a bunch of second cuts. Sorry about that. Okay, I'm going down his nice little round body. He feels nice and healthy. This is always a good time to know if they've got proper weight on them. I like that. Okay, I'm going to take this wad up, put it over there. He's got a really nice dense coat. So this is also my time to determine whether somebody gets to be a daddy or not. Well, I first thought his guard hair was unpleasant, and I don't know, it may be for judging. I don't compete with my bunnies. I'm not a competitive person, number one. I just like animals. But the other thing is, too, I don't like the risk of the viruses that come from competing with or taking them to shows. Let me see your face. Can you see your face? Okay, I'm going to show you how I get his neck. Now they've got a lot of loose skin when you start getting around neck and moving parts, and so I pull the skin very taut. This hand's pulling the skin very taut so that it doesn't want to crease or wrinkle and get bothered by the blades. Let's go down his little cheek. See how he behaves. This is usually scary for somebody. Oh, look at him. What a nice bunny. What a nice bunny. Okay, now what I do, which, you know, some people may think this is kind of brutal, but they don't seem to mind it. I pull him up by his ears. I think they're light enough bunnies. I wouldn't do that with like a giant bunny, but he's a light enough bunny that I can, I'm pulling his skin taut. Take this away. When it gets to be where it's going to fall on the ground or when I can't see clearly what I'm doing, that's when I take it away. So it is kind of in, well, I'm getting, because I'm trying to film, I'm getting a lot of second cuts, but I blow the, did that show? I blow them off before I put them in the basket so they don't make a mess when spinning. There we go. Okay, let's give him a little, watch, this will be cute. Want your haircut? There you go. Oh! He's got scalp there. Okay, let's do your cheeks. You gonna be okay with the cheeks? Oh, such a nice bunny. Such a nice bunny. Okay, now what I do, I pull their neck up and we'll get under their neck. I'm not going to do that with him. Well, there you go. That's what I do. There you go, buddy. I'll show you if I want to trim his ears. I very seldom trim ears because they don't, you know, first insulation, so that's a good thing. Okay, I'm going to show you his tummy. And then this is going to be 15 minutes, which is crazy. Sorry about that. See his tummy here? I know. His tummy isn't, well, his tummy's long enough. Okay, I'll do a couple swipes of his tummy. As you can see, he's just sitting up. He's such a sweet boy. Sweet boys get to be daddies. Okay, there we go. Take that over to the basket. Now, little boys have nipples too. I don't know if there's a more pleasant word to use for that. So I don't ever try to get too close on tummy. And if anybody wants to know how to clean scent glands, holler, because I didn't know when I first started doing bunnies, and I didn't know what a scent gland was, and it scared me to death to be monkeying with him. But they like it just fine. They don't care. Okay, I'm going to, let's see, you want to see his bum? Let's see, let's get your bum. Let's get your bum. Okay, pull out a few more guard hairs just because it makes for me happy, I guess. They don't hurt. This is just like brushing your dog out and they're shedding, so don't anybody think I'm being mean to Bunny. Just pulling out the longer guard hairs. Okay, here we go. Couple passes on the back, and then I'll have exceeded my shearing limits, and I'll show you what's in my basket. I'm pulling his skin taut so we don't get any skin caught up in blades. It'd be very hard to get skin caught up in these blades because it's so they're really fine blades, but you know, you can't be too safe when it comes to your critters. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off, show you, I'll be clipping his nails in a minute, but I'll show you my funny bunny. Here he's got kind of a reverse, let's see, where can we see? Kind of a reverse mohawk here. Here, where's your head? Show me your head. There we go. really, I mean, he's only about half of the way done.